Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very chatty one. So if you want to make yourself comfortable, grab yourself a drink. I haven't done one of these videos for a while. However, I have so much to update you guys on, and I've had a lot of questions recently as to what beauty products I use because I don't talk about beauty much. And I thought, you know what, this would be the perfect time to sit down, get ready for the day with you, run through the products that I'm using each day, plus update you on what's been going on. I have a lot to update you guys on. So like I said, make yourself comfortable. So I've just put my hair up. Since having short hair, I've been doing this hairstyle so much. Basically just using a small clip and doing half up, half down. Love it. It's so easy. And I am going to go in first with the Bioderma micellar water. This is for acne prone skin, just with a little cotton pad. I just wipe down my face with this, make sure I'm getting all of my pores, and then I can go in with my moisturizer, which I'm still just using my Cetaphil Daily Moisturizer. I believe this retails for about $8. And yeah, it's just very, very simple, which is exactly what I was wanting. So I just do like a pea size amount and rub that in. So today is Friday. It's actually my RDO today, and I was back at work on Monday. So Monday was a pretty chill, easing back into work. And then Tuesday through to Thursday, it definitely got a little more busy. I was heading into the office just because I feel like when you first go back to work after holidays, it's nice to be face to face with everyone. It's just easier to all be together for that first week. That way we can kind of plan out what we're doing next. So anyway, work's been busy, and I also signed up to a gym. So the gym was called Revel, and I wanted to do their 2-week trial. So the 2-week trial, you can go unlimited amount of times for $50, and then from there, if you want to join, I believe it's around $60 per week. So I was really keen on that. I went and did 2 classes. It was great. I really enjoyed it. The first class, to be honest, I felt almost a little bit sick. I feel like if you haven't worked out for a while and you head back straight into high intensity, for me anyway, I feel really nauseous. So I just took it slow on that first session, and I was so sore the next day. And then on the Wednesday, I did another session, which was upper body, and I'm still really sore from that. However, so that was like my first week back at work, easing into it. I know where we're going with it. It was good to see everyone. But I knew that on Thursday, which was yesterday, I was getting my blood results. So I think I mentioned it briefly somewhere in one of my other videos that I had a blood test on the last kind of the week before Christmas. I just wanted to get to the bottom of my arm pain. So I've mentioned this on my channel for almost years now, that I have arm pain from like my shoulders all the way down to my hands, and from repetitive strain. So it's basically from typing, from clicking. I was just getting all the joint pain, all the arm pain. And over the past couple of years, I have done physio, chiropractor, I've tried dry needling, I've had ultrasounds, x-rays, everything that you can think of, I have done it to try and cure this arm pain, because it has really affected my life. Like, it's to the point when it's not even just the computer that gives me the pain, it's everything, doing the dishes, vacuuming, mopping, just doing everyday tasks. And then even when I was sleeping, I was waking up in pain. So it kind of evolved and just has been getting worse and worse. And because it's happened slowly, I've kind of just gotten used to the pain. However, last month I was sitting there and I'm like, I've had enough. Like, I was almost in tears. I'm so sick of being in pain, and it makes you quite agitated. So I was like, the one thing we haven't done is a blood test, which that's a whole other story. I cannot believe that I wasn't referred for a blood test the moment I went and saw my doctor about the arm pain, which was 3 years ago now, when I first went to my doctor about arm pain. Hindsight's an amazing thing. If I went back in time, I would have just asked for a blood test straight away. However, I always just trust my doctor and just go with whatever they suggest. So I'm just going to moisturize my lips because they need it. I'm just using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And yeah, this is in the scent Grapefruit. I have like 3 of these now, and I absolutely love them. So anyway, finally went for a blood test, and my doctor said, oh, because the pain is kind of traveling and it's going to different joints and different muscles, I might test you for Ross River fever. And I was like, highly unlikely that that would be it, but whatever, we may as well test for it. Turns out, got my results yesterday. all of my inflammation levels are fine, everything in my bloods were fine, my x-rays are fine, my ultrasounds are fine. I have Ross River fever. So if you're not sure what Ross River fever is, it's basically you get it from a mosquito bite, and you can have it from, I think the average is 3 to 6 weeks, where you're like bedridden, you can't move, you're fevery, and you're really unwell. However, in some cases you can have it for years. So I kind of freaked out initially. First of all, I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, I was almost having flashbacks. Like, it's like the whole past 3 years, it's almost become part of my identity that I've got this repetitive strain, and that's not even what it is. So, and I was thinking about all the money that I have spent on needling, physio, chiro to try and get rid of the pain, all the stretching, the different exercises that I've been doing. And I was just sitting there in complete shock, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And basically, because I have never given my body the chance to rest and recover, and given my immune system the chance to fight this off, it's still in my body, and I think I've had it for years. So yeah, I was kind of a little bit worried because I knew a guy that I worked with who had Ross River fever. It sounds like he died because I was like, I knew a guy. But no, he had it for like a year, and he had to take so much time off work. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I never get that. That sounds terrible. My dad worked with a guy who had to actually quit flying because he couldn't even walk. Like, he was in that much pain. So anyway, it also gives me a little bit of understanding as to, like, whenever I would Google symptoms of repetitive strain, obviously with the joint pain and everything and the tendon pain that was there. However, it just didn't explain waking up in the night having the body aches. I never get body aches, I get arm aches. Like, some days I would wake up and I would just want to, I literally felt like just chopping my arms off to just get rid of the pain for a moment, because it was so annoying, and it just felt like my arms are sometimes dead and sore, and everything I did just hurt. So now that we've determined that I've got Ross River fever, I can focus on my recovery. So unfortunately, there is nothing I can do in terms of, there's no treatment, there's no medicine that I can take, there's no antibiotics. It's not an easy one to treat because the only thing that will fight it is my immune system. So the only thing I can do is try and build my immunity, and that is by light exercise, plenty of rest, and a good diet. So I have the next month off work. I might need longer. I do plan to have another blood test after like 6 weeks time and see if I still have it, but it's just going to be a case of looking after myself. So that is a huge update in my life, and same for Ryan. Like, he has heard about my arm pain for years now. He has given me countless amounts of massages, and we've both tried to work out what it is. So now that we have an answer, it's just going to be like we went and did a grocery shop and just got all healthy stuff. I want to cut out dairy, sugar, like not completely sugar, but I like have sugar in my coffee every morning. I have milk in my coffee every morning. I'm just going to really scale back and just have a really good diet. So I started my morning off this morning with a big glass of fresh celery juice because we bought a juicer for Christmas for the house, and it just seems like perfect timing because that's what I really need right now. And that is my plan for the month. Just walking Remy, yoga. I might try swimming because I know that's some nice light exercise. Regular naps throughout the day. If ever my body feels tired and that it wants to sleep, I am going to listen and I am going to sleep, and just a really good diet. And I am just hoping, oh my gosh, I am praying that this works and I can actually get rid of this, because it is kind of scary how long I've had it for. So it must be like really embedded in my body, and I need to, I was speaking to my cousin about it. She's really up to date with all like health advice and everything, and she was like, you almost need to like shock your system. You need to get rid of this virus. It's just going to be more so, I think my diet and rest are like the two key things that I need to focus on, because they're things that I have always neglected. I'm always up late at night editing YouTube videos, and that brings me onto YouTube. I already said that 2024 was the year for me where I'm doing quality over quantity, and I was going to upload maybe every 5 to 7 days, just like rather than trying to do 2 uploads a week. So I'm just going to stick to that because that is achievable for me. It doesn't wear me out at all, and I'm just going to stick with that standard upload routine. So moving on, sorry for being so rambly straight off the bat, I am going to do my brows. I'm just using this Mecca Max brow gel. I picked this up when I got my makeup done for my sister's wedding, and this is brand new. They basically said it's a new product and it's way stronger than their other one if you've ever tried the one in the clear bottle. And it is. This is so good, but I've gone through it so quickly. So I feel like once this runs out, I'm just going to go back to my Anastasia, however you pronounce it, Beverly Hills brow gel, because that lasts a really long time and it really holds your brows. So I need a mirror. This is honestly the worst mirror. I could easily just go to the bathroom and get a better one. So with my brows, I have been getting them waxed every like 6 weeks, and at the moment they're almost fully grown out, so they're not looking their best at all. But I kind of like to grow them out like as much as possible before I go back, just so they can kind of get the best shape. I don't have a lot of eyebrow hair, it's quite gappy, and so I feel like I need as much as possible when I go to get them done. So I basically just like fill my brow with that gel. It might look a little bit crazy at the moment. And then I just get a spoolie. I bought a packet of these spoolies from Priceline. And I basically just brush it up and then comb down the really long hairs, so that way they're just not too crazy. But I don't know if you guys can see that from there, probably not. Yeah, they really need doing at the moment. So that is my health update. I have never had this much time off work before. I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself, but I do have like 3 books that I really want to read, and I've been wanting to read for a really long time. So I'm thinking once I'm doing a little bit of filming this morning for this vlog, like this chatty vlog, but then that's all I have on today. So I'm thinking of hopping back into my pajamas and doing some reading. I might tidy the house a little bit, and I feel like that's how I'm going to approach each day, just going with how I feel. And Ryan said to me, he was like, wow, it's like a license to chill, which is so true. I have an excuse to completely let my body rest, because that is the best chance I have to getting better. So moving on to the next topic, let's talk about the wedding. So I have had so many questions from you guys about my wedding plans. I think the only thing I've updated you guys on is that we have booked a venue. So we ended up booking a restaurant, and they just had like a minimum spend situation, which is why I wanted to go for a restaurant rather than a venue, because venues generally charge you for all the food, all the beverage, plus venue hire, which can be like 10 grand to have a roof over your head. However, with a restaurant, a lot of the time they just have a minimum spend. So as long as you spend a certain amount, you can have the whole restaurant, which is what we are doing. So I'm really excited for that, and now I can kind of start with everything else. So after we booked that, I thought, oh, I better just, I might just inquire with some makeup artists and some hair stylists for the day, because I have heard that they book out quickly. Anyway, I contacted like 4 different places, like girls that I know have done my friend's wedding makeup and stuff. They were all booked out for August, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to find a place. However, I did find one makeup artist who does makeup and hair, and she is available, so I'm so excited for that. She is amazing. I absolutely love her style. She definitely goes for like the natural look, and I've booked her in for our hair and makeup. So in terms of bridesmaids, I have bridesmaids, and they know who they are. I've already messaged them. I've booked them all in for their hair and everything the morning of the wedding. However, I'm not having bridesmaids in the traditional sense. I'm not, like, we're not doing all the matching dresses. They're basically just going to be wedding guests. But the only difference is we all arrive here first thing in the morning, and we do all the fun parts. So I've been a bridesmaid before. The whole thing is fun. I'm not saying that I haven't had fun at my friends' weddings. However, just like the formalities, it's just going to be me and Ryan. But for all like the getting ready together and all what I find the most enjoyable and I want them there with me, that is what they will be involved in. So they will arrive here the morning of the wedding. We'll have all our makeup done and everything. We can all get ready together, and then the moment we leave, head to the wedding venue for the ceremony and the reception, they can then just relax and be a guest. And I was a little reluctant to talk about my wedding and my wedding plans on my channel because I don't want anyone to think that just because I'm doing a certain way, whatever you did or what you plan to do for your wedding isn't what I would do. It's got nothing to do with that. I have been to so many different types of weddings now over the years, and I have enjoyed every single one of them. I feel like the most important thing, and what Ryan and I have done personally, is every step of this wedding planning process, we've just sat down and thought about what is it that we want on our day that we are going to find the most enjoyable. And you almost have to forget all the traditional stuff, forget every wedding you've been to, and just think about what it is that you genuinely feel like doing on that day. So that is how we have tried to plan it. And that brings me on to this weekend. I am actually trying on wedding dresses for the first time. So I'm going to Brisbane tomorrow morning with my mum and my sister, and I almost wasn't even going to go and try on wedding dresses. I was going to do what I do with all of my clothing. I was going to purchase a dress secondhand online, and then I was going to maybe have it altered. However, my sister made a good point. Once I started looking on the pre-love market for wedding dresses, they are all tailored to like almost the exact centimeter of like the previous bride. So it is very hard to find a standard size that you can kind of have altered. And it's probably best that I go and try some on and also try and work out what style that I like. Okay, quick pause on this discussion while I show you the concealer that I'm using. So this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, I think it's called. As you can see, I need some more, and I absolutely love this concealer. It's very affordable, and I have tried like expensive concealers before, and I feel like this does the job fine. So I basically just put this on any blemishes that I have and any kind of pigmentation. So I have a little bit of dark circles under here. I have pigmentation around my brows, and yeah, just all the spots that I kind of want to lightly conceal. I don't use a lot because I don't want to completely cover everything. I actually feel like sometimes a couple of little blemishes here and there and my freckles make my skin look better. So I basically just apply that, and then I just use, this is a Morphe brush. It is the A24, and it's kind of just like a foundation fluffy brush, and I just use this very lightly and just dab in the concealer, and it doesn't take much. Like I literally just do that and it's pretty much done. So I've booked 2 appointments to try on wedding dresses. One of the places is definitely more on the expensive side, and I thought that would just be more for fun. Like when else am I going to be able to try on like $8,000 dresses? So I thought that would be a little bit of fun. I don't know if I'll actually be purchasing any from there because guys, I can't see myself spending more than like, I feel like $2,000 is like the max for me when it comes to a wedding dress, but we'll see how I go. But yeah, I don't really want to spend more than 3, like at the most. So yeah, I'll be trying them on there. Can you believe they charge $50 to go and try on wedding dresses? Like, oh, this whole wedding industry is just insane. Like it is such a money maker, and it's just crazy how everything you look at, everything you go to buy, everything you go to do is just inflated as soon as you say wedding, which is half the reason why we went for a restaurant instead of a venue, because the restaurant was like, you know, they basically are charging us the same amount as they would charge for like any usual function. And then the second place that I've booked is definitely more affordable, and they actually make the dresses to your size, like they're made to order. So I think they range from around $2,500. So we'll see how I go. I kind of have an idea in mind of what I've found. A couple of dresses on Pinterest that I really like, one in particular that I've just always keep coming back to. It's kind of like my engagement ring. Like I will look at everything else, but this one particular wedding dress is the one that I just keep coming back to and I really, really want. However, it's like $8,000, $9,000, and I think it comes from America. So I am thinking that if I try on all these dresses and nothing satisfies me like this other one does, I might try and not make it at all, but I can see it's like a 2-piece situation, so I might be able to kind of do a makeshift situation. My mum can sew, so there might be a part that she might be able to make, and I've shown her it and she's like, yeah, that doesn't look too difficult, we can definitely try and do that. So we'll see how we go. And then after the wedding dress try on, we will be going to the art gallery. So I thought, you know what, whilst we're in Brisbane, let me have a look if there's any exhibitions on at Goma, because last time we were in Brisbane they had the Van Gogh exhibition on, which was amazing, and this time they have an exhibition called Fairy Tales. And I feel like, don't you love it when you plan something and then you're like, oh, I might just look at this, and it feels like it's meant to be. So this exhibition looks absolutely amazing, and they have actual like dresses and props from, you know, the movie Mirror Mirror, the Snow White movie. But basically they have on display beautiful art, and it's all revolved around fairy tales. So I am so excited for that. So we'll probably try on the go to the wedding dress appointments in the morning, then we'll probably go out for lunch and then head to the art gallery for the exhibition and then come home. So I'm super excited for that, and I am aware that if I do go with this place where they do made to order dresses, I will need to decide soon, because I think that the lead time is like 4 months, and I think I get married in like 6 or 7 months away. So I've just tried to book in all the things that take time. Like, we've got a photographer. I'm not doing video because video is like thousands of dollars, and Ryan and I kind of sat down, we're like, oh, I know people say, and I know it's an investment, and I love watching other people's wedding videos. We're just going to film our ceremony and the reception, like speeches part. We're just going to have that on a tripod and film it. But in terms of like an actual like video and stuff, I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to do photography. So I booked the hair and makeup, and then yeah, the wedding dress try-on, and then everything else, like invites and everything, I'm just going to make all of those myself. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer, and this is like my favorite bronzer at the moment. So for my sister's wedding, I went to Mecca to get my makeup done. It costs $180 to get your makeup done, but then you get a $180 voucher to spend in store. So with that $180 voucher, I bought this Hourglass bronzer. Oh, you can see the reflection of the camera there, and it is in the shade Radiant Bronze Light, and it just looks like this. And she used it on me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get that, because the bronzer that I was using was just like the Hoola one, and it's very matte, but I liked that this had a little bit of glow to it. So I purchased that, and then this brow gel. So now I'm just going to use the Morphe A21 brush. It's just basically a really fluffy bronzer brush, and I've just been going around my face. Yeah, that's an update of the wedding. Moving on, so I am joining the bandwagon, and I am jumping on No by January. It is currently, what's the date today? It is the 12th of January, and I have not bought anything so far. So I haven't actually found it that difficult, to be honest. I think because when you're back to work, you don't really spend much anyway. However, I have bought, you know, I still buy food. I haven't really been buying coffees and everything out, but like I went to work on Monday and we all went for a coffee, so I bought a coffee. So I'm not limiting myself with that stuff, but just in terms of like clothing, things for the house, things for Remy, like I nearly bought her a harness the other day. I was like, no by January, because I am going to start my cash stuffing journey. And I had a few comments, because I did mention that I wanted to do this. I had a few comments from someone saying, which is so true, like, oh, I'd love to do cash stuffing, but then you've got to use cash, and like no one really uses it anymore. And I fully agree. It is annoying to go and get cash out and everything, but guys, I've done it for, yeah, like I said, we're day 12 of January. I've been using cash for my spending, and it is so crazy how little you spend. Because for me personally, I spend less when I have to use cash. If it's my card, I'll just tap away. So I am really enjoying it. And then as for the cash stuffing, I am just waiting on these little, they're like plastic sleeves that slide into my LV PM agenda, and each one will be labeled. I'm gonna have groceries. I'm gonna have a little envelope for Remy that I put like $10 in a week, so that way if I want to buy her a harness or a new lead or a new toy, I'll use that money. I'm going to have one for fashion, beauty, what else do I want? I wanted one for the home. So I'm going to have all these different categories, and I'm going to work out, I think it's going to be a little bit of a transition trying to work out how much to put away each week for each of those categories. However, once I get a good budget going, it is just going to be so nice to be like, oh, there's $150 sitting in the home account, and I really want to get this, this, and this. So this is going to work alongside my wish list. So while I'm not spending, I'm creating a wish list. And you know, I say that I'm doing no buy January when really the whole of 2024 for me is all going to be about capsule everything. I made a little reel about this the other day. I want a capsule jewelry collection. I want a capsule makeup collection, capsule skincare. And then same for my home. I want everything in my home to be intentional, and I want, rather than going and just buying like some new sheets from Kmart, I want to make sure that I'm getting really good, nice quality sheets, just all of that sort of stuff. And that's another thing I want to do in 2024 is work towards paying off my student loan. So in Australia, I'm not sure what it's like in other countries, but basically it's called a HECS debt. So you can go and study for free, but it's not for free. It's just basically a loan. So, but you only have to pay back the loan once you're earning a certain amount of money. And then once you earn that amount of money every week, a certain amount will come out of your pay to pay off your loan. However, with all the economy and the interest rates rising and everything, we have had huge indexes put on to our student loans, and it's not like it used to just sit in the background, not really have much interest, and you could just pay it off. Now I feel like mine is almost going backwards, and what I'm paying off each year isn't adding up to the interest. So I need to get that paid off, and that is my focus for like the next 2 years, because I worked out over the next 2 years I should be able to pay that off pretty easily just by putting a little bit away each week. But yeah, I need to get back into the habit of saving. So that is my bronzer. As you can see, it's kind of warmed up my face. Now lately I haven't been adding anything to my brows. I've kind of just been leaving it like this. To be honest, if I add mascara, I feel like I then need to fill in my brows, but I don't think I'm going to. I'll add a little bit of mascara because I want to show you the one that I'm using. So this is the MCO Beauty, and the only reason I bought this one is because it's a tubing mascara, and someone mentioned that tubing mascara is good for your lashes and it doesn't dry them out. So I am just going to apply the littlest amount of this because, like I said, I feel like the more mascara I have, the more I'm going to need to fill in my brows to even it out. Sorry if you clicked on this video and you wanted like a full makeup routine or tutorial. That is just not me. And to be honest, guys, if I was, I'll show you a couple of my favorite products, so that way if you are looking for a new foundation or new products and you want to know what I use, I'll show you, because if I do a full face, there are some holy grail products that I've been using. So that's a little bit of mascara to make my eyes just look more open, and then the last thing I do is add blush. I absolutely love blush. I feel like it makes you look alive, it makes you look healthy, and the one that I'm using is actually one from my friend Lou. She sent it in like a little gift box that we did a while ago, and it's the Warm Soul mineralized blush. And it's like this really soft pinky color, and it's kind of similar to the Hourglass bronzer where it's got a little bit of glow to it. So I've just been using the Morphe A22 blush brush, and I basically just pop it in there. And this you can use like quite a lot because it's so light. So I really like to get it in there, and then I just do it on the apples of my cheeks, kind of on top of the bronzer a bit. And then I also just do it like on the tip of my nose, a little bit on my forehead there, just to kind of blend it all in really. So there you have it. That is my natural everyday makeup. So this is what I wear to work. And then if I am going out to dinner or going somewhere nice and I want to do my makeup, I'll show you my all-time favorite products. So basically I would do the same as this, but over top of the concealer I would apply this Chanel foundation. And guys, if you're like me and you don't wear makeup all the time, it is really nice to just invest in some really good quality, beautiful products, because they last you quite a long time, because I don't wear it all the time. So I really love applying this, and this just gives like a really nice glowy finish, and it's plenty of coverage for me. It's not too heavy at all, and I feel like it's really good for aging skin, anyone who has fine lines, because sometimes foundations can just be so thick that they really bring out your fine lines, whereas I feel like this one, it's not too glowy either, because I have oily skin. So as soon as it says glow, I like steer clear, but this is like the perfect amount. So that's the foundation I'll usually go for. As for my brows, I will usually fill them in with any old brow pencil. I am not loyal to any brand when it comes to brow crayons. I usually just grab whatever's on special. So this one's the L'Oreal one. This one's actually a little bit dark for me. I haven't used it too much, but it's basically just one of those, you've got a spoolie on one end, a crayon on one end, and all I'll do is I'll just fill in the front a little bit and the tail end a little bit, and then use my gel, and that is it. Lipstick, absolute love. I've mentioned this a couple of times. Love, love, love this Mecca Max Pout Pop lipstick. It is in the shade Chic Shine, and it is amazing. I might even put some on now because it's so natural looking that you can pretty much wear it day to day as well. There's the color there. When I was a bridesmaid for my friend recently, we all had our makeup done. We all had this lipstick. It looked amazing on everyone's complexion, and we all got given one so we could top up our lipstick throughout the day. And I feel like this is going to be my wedding lipstick as well. So when I get my makeup done, I'm going to say to her, I've got a lipstick that I really want to use because I just feel like it is the perfect natural lip. So absolutely love that lipstick. Moving on, another favorite product of mine is my deodorant. So I am still using this. I really should. So basically Wild sent me this and they said if you want to talk about it on your channel or your socials you can, but you don't have to. And I really feel like I should talk about it a little more because I do use it every single day and I love it, and once it runs out I will be purchasing it with my own money. So basically I still have 2 refills left. They're just like this, and you basically, one of these refills is in there and you just click it out, put in a new refill. Everything's completely compostable, biodegradable, and you can reuse the canister. So if you want to try out natural deodorant that actually works, guys, it actually does work. It stops the smell. You do still sweat. So if you are someone who wants to stop the sweating, then you need to use like proper deodorant. But if you want to move to natural, then this is really, really good. I have a bunch of other products here. Like honestly guys, I have so many other products from like all your standard brands, but guys, I don't use them. I don't need any of this stuff. I really should just give it all away because I am not using it. Maybe I'll do that. I might put together everything that I don't want, and you guys should do the same. If you feel like you want to have a big clear out and a declutter of your stuff, put it all in like a bag and give it to your friends or your mum or someone who you feel like would enjoy it, because there are plenty of people that absolutely love trying out new skincare and makeup, and I'm not going to use it, and it's only sitting here and it's going to go out of date at some point. So speaking of decluttering, I have a couple more episodes of my 2024 reset series that I plan to film, and I just want to get those out before the end of January because I feel like I wanted to do my reset series during January, but once January's over, it's kind of like I've passed the point of resetting for 2024, and something that I really want to do is organize all of my hair and beauty cabinet, and then within that I'll be able to show you what my capsule skincare and makeup products are for 2024. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified of my uploads. And I am so excited for the year ahead and what is to come because I have so much planned for this channel, and I'm just really hoping that you guys are enjoying the direction that I'm going in, sticking to sustainable fashion, being more intentional. And if you have any, like I said, any questions or video ideas, please just let me know in the comments below. But with that being said, I am going to close this video off and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye guys.